Hello everyone! Today we're traveling to Braga, an incredible place in Portugal that you might not know about. Imagine golden sandy beaches, vibrant cities, and in the midst of it all, Braga, a city full of charm and history. It's one of the oldest cities in Portugal with over 2,000 years of history. Get ready to fall in love with Braga, a true hidden gem. Braga is the perfect size. Big enough to be interesting, but small enough to be cozy. It's a city to explore on foot, feeling the rhythm of the streets. The city centre is a charming maze of narrow cobblestone streets, spacious squares and inviting cafes. If you love history, religion or simply want to explore new places, Braga is the perfect destination. The history of Braga dates back to the Roman Empire when it was known as Bracara Augusta. The city was founded by Emperor Augustus in 20 BC. At that time, Braga was an important administrative and religious centre. And you know what's really cool? We can still see the marks of the Roman past today. The Roman baths and the Fonte do Idolo are some examples. With the fall of the Roman Empire, Braga came under the control of the Visigoths and later the Moors. The city was very strategically important, so it was fortified with walls and other defences, which we can still see in some places. In the 12th century, Braga became the seat of the Portuguese archbishopric, making it even more significant in the religious landscape. It's impressive how all this history is present in the architecture, culture and soul of the city, isn't it? Braga is known as the Portuguese Rome because of the large number of churches and religious sites. At the top of the city, we can admire the Bom Jesus do Monte Sanctuary, a pilgrimage site with a simply spectacular Baroque staircase. Climbing the 600 steps is almost a pilgrimage, but the view of the city and the region is worth it. In the heart of Braga, we find the Sé de Braga, the city's imposing cathedral. It was built in the 12th century and is an incredible mix of architectural styles, from Romanesque to Gothic and Baroque. It's worth going inside to admire the richly decorated chapels, gilded altars and sculptures. And we can't forget the cathedral's treasure, which holds an impressive collection of sacred art, showcasing Braga's religious importance over the centuries. But don't think that Braga's religious tradition is limited to its grand churches and cathedrals. The city also hosts numerous monasteries, convents and chapels, each with its own unique history and atmosphere. A tip is to visit the Mosteiro de Tibaias, an ancient Benedictine monastery surrounded by tranquil gardens, a true oasis of peace. During Holy Week, Braga transforms. The city fills with processions and religious celebrations. Thousands of people come to witness the Passion of Christ enactments. The streets are decorated, the scent of incense fills the air, and the sound of hymns creates a unique atmosphere. It's an unforgettable experience that showcases the deeply rooted faith in the city. Meet the heart of Braga, exploring the historic centre. Beyond the religious sites, Braga's historic centre is a treasure trove of architecture and charming squares. Start your exploration at Praça da República, the heart of the city, where you can relax at a cafe and feel the vibrant atmosphere. Get lost in the narrow streets with their colourful buildings, traditional shops and family-run restaurants. Don't miss the Arco da Porta Nova, one of the old city gates, and admire the facade of the Palácio do Raio, a stunning example of Portuguese Baroque architecture. And for a moment of peace, visit the Jardim de Santa Bárbara, a tranquil garden behind the Episcopal Palace. Its well-maintained gardens, flower beds and fountains create an atmosphere of peace and serenity. Section 6. Braga's Gastronomic Delights. A trip to Braga isn't complete without tasting the local cuisine. The city is famous for its hearty dishes, often prepared with fresh regional produce. Start your day with a traditional Portuguese breakfast. Toast with butter and jam, accompanied by a strong coffee. For lunch or dinner, try bacalhau à Braga, a local specialty made with codfish, potatoes and onions. Another must-try is rojos à minhota, a flavorful dish of marinated pork cooked in red wine. And to end on a sweet note, don't miss pudim abade de priscos, a rich pudding made with port wine. Unearthing Braga's hidden gems. Braga's main tourist attractions are incredible, but venturing off the beaten path reveals a side of the city that few tourists get to see. Take a bus to the Santuario do Sameiro, a hilltop sanctuary dedicated to Our Lady of Sameiro, offering panoramic views of the city and surrounding mountains. Explore the Museu dos Biscainhos, housed in an elegant 18th century palace, to get a glimpse of the aristocratic life in Braga. Discover the Museu de Diogo de Sousa, showcasing the city's archaeological treasures, from Roman mosaics to medieval artifacts. For a unique cultural experience, visit the Museu da Imagem, which houses a collection of cameras, photographs, and other optical devices tracing the history of photography. Festivals and cultural experiences. Throughout the year, Braga comes alive with vibrant festivals and cultural events. In June, the city celebrates the Festas de São João, a lively festival in honor of St. John the Baptist. The streets fill with music, dancing, and traditional bonfires. If you visit Braga in July, don't miss Braga Romana, a historical reenactment of the city's Roman past. Watch gladiator combats, chariot races, and parades through the streets, transporting you back to the Roman Empire. For music lovers, the Noites Brancas festival in September turns Braga into a giant open-air concert, featuring performances by local and international artists. Is Braga your next European adventure? Braga is a city that blends history, culture, and spirituality with a unique harmony. It's a place where ancient ruins stand alongside grand churches, where traditional taverns mix with modern cafes, and where deeply rooted faith coexists with a modern and vibrant spirit. Whatever your interest, Braga has something to offer every traveler. Add this hidden gem to your travel list and discover the magic of Braga, the Portuguese city of faith and history.